The Royal Rumble is 11 days away, and there's a couple matches we have to go through, as well as a couple cleaning up as far as the Rumble is concerned, or both Rumbles rather. Let's get to it. First off, we have the United States Championship, as well as the right to be the face of America, as the current face of America and United States champion, Rusev, will face the former face of America and United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. This match came along when Rusev was celebrating after winning the championship, not only on Christmas Day, not only on his birthday, not only on the second to last SmackDown of the New Year, if not the last SmackDown of the New Year, but more importantly, on Rusev Day, which is probably the most important thing that happened out of that. But, of course, Rusev was celebrating the week after, or the week or maybe in the first SmackDown of the New Year, I don't remember. But, we had Rusev celebrating with Lana in an interview. Nakamura attacks Rusev from behind. Lana jumps on Nakamura. Rusev attacks Nakamura without knowing that Lana was on Nakamura in the first place. And Nakamura takes advantage of that. And then we have Rusev basically challenging Nakamura, for the honor of his woman. For stuff like that happened. It's very admirable, very great that happened for Rusev's sake. To stand up for his wife like that. It's incredible. But I will say Rusev retains just because he hasn't been really used the best, just in general. So give him a long reign for the title. Next up, we have a little bit of housekeeping for the Cruiserweight title match, as Buddy Murphy defends against Kalisto, Akira Tozawa, and now Hideo Itami. Itami won last night on 205 Live, which I forgot that 205 Live is on Tuesdays again, which is good, because you're not mixing it up with the UK stuff and the NXT stuff, and just not clumping it all in one thing like they were for the Wednesday Night Wars with Lucha Underground, or at least I call it the Wednesday Night Wars, because they're on the same time, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, but they're on Tuesdays now, which I forgot, so Hideo beat Cedric Alexander to be in this match. And I will pick Hideo just because I want to see him the champion. It's long overdue. Someone like Hideo to be the champion is great. I mean, he deserves it for sure. But I would not be surprised if Buddy Murphy retains. So I would pick Murphy just for the retention. But if there was going to be a new champion, I would pick Hideo. As far as the Rumbles are concerned, the Women's Rumble, I think, only has one new entry. Maybe she's already been in there. I don't remember, but I'll just go over it anyway. For Mickie James, she's been in many Rumbles before. She's done a lot of these before. I would say top 4, if not top 6, if she doesn't win it. But if you're gonna push her for a world title match, let her do it. As far as the men's title, men's Rumble. But speaking of titles, Dean Ambrose lost the Intercontinental Championship against Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley in a triple threat match. So he has a better stock of winning the Rumble, because champions don't usually win in the Rumble, let alone fare that well, depending on what championship they hold. I don't even remember a champion winning the Rumble, maybe except Hogan, back when the Rumble didn't matter. So, just to have the champion win the fucking Rumble, it makes sense. But that doesn't happen a lot anymore. If anything, they'll drop the title or at least win it and then drop it later on, I think. But I feel like Dean Ambrose has a legitimate chance of winning this Rumble. I don't know if he'll do it, but I feel he has a legitimate chance of winning the Rumble. If not, maybe a top 4 finish, top 2. He is a dark horse for sure. Speaking of Bobby Lashley, he is the new Intercontinental Champion. That does lessen his stock a little bit in this Rumble, because again, champions don't really have the best showings in these, just because they're just in there for the hell of it, because they don't have a million title matches on the Rumble, because the Rumble is probably going to take the more time on the actual card, let alone 2 of them. So I will say Lashley's going to be probably top 4, top 6 maybe. But, if you were going to give him a world title run, now would be the time to do it. And Rey Mysterio. He's won it before. He's won it all the way at number 2. a little over a decade ago. He's done it before. He's had good performances in the Rumble since then. Last year he was in the Final Six, which is probably where I'd put him again. Final Six, maybe Final Four even. It just depends what you're going to do with Ray. You know, I would love to see a world title run with Ray, but I don't know if it'll happen. And finally, the bigger news on all of this, Brock Lesnar will now defend the Universal Championship against Finn Balor. Now, this was ridiculous, so we'll kind of go step by step here. Braun challenged Brock Lesnar, even though he wasn't there. Corbin came out and just did his regular shit that Corbin does. Braun chased Corbin. Elias told Corbin he was in the limo. The limo was originally Vince McMahon's. He came out of the limo earlier in the night. But Braun did not know this. Braun thought that was Corbin's limo for some reason. He just fucking tore the door off of the limo. Took the driver out of the driver's seat from the window, which was kind of crazy. But Corbin left, and then Vince came back. Don't know why he would come back so quickly. But, you know, Braun does not know what happened. He tries to fix the limo door, which is funny, because it's a crushed limo door at this point. There's no point in putting it back on. But Braun was fined $100,000, as well as losing his title shot, which Finn Balor won in a fatal four-way, which also had John Cena, Corbin, and Cena, Corbin. Yeah, I think just Balor. I think that was it. Yeah, Cena, Corbin, Balor. Maybe Lashley? Or no, it was McIntyre. It was fucking McIntyre. Of course it was. But, you know, Finn Balor won. Let alone beating John Cena in that match is incredible. A big confidence booster for Finn. But it's interesting. I don't think they will do it. I don't think Finn will be the one to beat Brock for the title. But he obviously is the emotional favorite for many people. I just don't think it'll happen. Sadly, Brock will retain, suplex him so much that he fucking folds like an accordion, and it's just the typical Brock match. That's what happens. But I would not be surprised if Finn won, but I don't think it'll happen. I just don't think it'll happen. But that being said, the Rumble's 11 days away, and we're getting it on crunch time a little bit. You know, some of these people with like EC3, Nikki Cross, Lacey Evans, Heavy Machinery, Lars Sullivan coming in to the main rosters as potential, like they could be in the Rumble matches as well. We just don't know because, you know, that's this weird situation with them being on, just not on officially on a brand, but they're on both shows pretty much until a certain time. We don't know what that time is yet, but I would assume a lot of those debuts will be at the Royal Rumble as surprise entrants. Even though they won't be surprises, it's just, you know, introducing them to a larger audience. But with that being said, you know, again, Rumble's 11 days away. There's a lot more spots left over for these matches, but we will see what happens from there.